is your stability ball this morning, fit ball. Mine's a 65, but it's not blown up fully. It is nice if you've got them fairly firm, especially if you're taller. Otherwise, you are kind of hunching forward. But about 65, 55 or 65 are your common sizes for your balls. So go ahead and find yourself when you're standing, instead of hunching over to hold the ball, kind of have a slight open leg position with a slight soft knee. And that way you can just kind of put it in between the knees and then just roll those shoulders. Think from pubic bone, belly button, rib cage. Everything's just drawn in. We're soft in the shoulders. And let's just, without activating through that ball, just draw those abs in and just start that scapular row. So we're just going to bring it in. Don't make it really grippy where it's huge. Just that little bit of movement. And then switch directions. So you just protract, retraction, elevation and depression. Move the neckline a little bit. And then go ahead and leave that down. Take that ball, move it out a little bit, and give me a little squat, and then come tall. When you squat, go ahead and just let the ball go, and let it just sort of bounce on your knees so that you can come up to tall each time. So we're going neutral spine, neutral pelvis, and I'm just pushing back and coming in. Pushing back and coming in. Let's just go 3 more and just find that sense of balance, how those legs are feeling as you squat. Let's go ahead and stay in the squat and just kind of go up and down, just moving that ball gently. So we're a little deeper, neutral spine, neutral pelvis, booty's pushing back, but I'm not, because of the size of my ball, coming all the way up to tall. If you can come taller, go ahead. Now hold down and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up part way. And again, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay here. Lift your heels, lower your heels. Just wake those feet up. Now, if you've got kind of sore feet, bunions, arthritis, just do a little lift. If that feels like it's too low, come in tighter, stand up taller. If it feels good, get a little deeper into that. Hold the heels lifted and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, lower the heels, push the ball out, push the hips out, dive down into that first little stretch. So I like my elbows on the ball on the first one. So that way I can keep my knees bent if I need to, or straight, totally up to you. But with the ball, elbows on the ball, it's closer into my body. It's not as difficult on the back. It gives me more support, gives the core more support. If you're feeling good, you can stretch those arms out. Inhale, exhale, think. Inhale, nose, exhale, mouth. Start drawing the abs up, and then bend those knees, float it up. Just hold that ball between the knees and take your first extension up. So reach it up. Exhale, hands down, center heart. Let's go the other way. Reach it all the way up. Open the clamshell. Stretch your arms behind you. Come all the way around. We're going to sweep down onto that ball and we're going to roll it out again. Now I've gone straight arms here and I'm just going to bend and straighten. So I'm going to bring my legs in a little tighter. I'm going to give a little lateral rotation. And as I bend, I'm just going to see where are my knees, hips, ankles going. So I've gone right down if I'm able to. And then I'm going to press up, and then when I press up, I'm going to lift the balls of my feet. So 2 very extremes. I'm coming up on the ball of foot, and I'm squatting down. And you can pull that ball in and get quite close, you guys. I'm going to use that ball to give me a little bit of stability as I sort of spin from hip to hip. Again, if this is tight, you're doing it standing taller. You don't have to be way down here on the knees, hips, and ankles. And then I'm going to push the ball away just a little bit, press to tall, lift up the balls of the feet, and draw down into that chest again. Give a little no on the neckline. Nod the head, bend the knees, slowly peel all the way up, grab that ball between the legs. Big inhale as we lift the heart. Exhale, come around the corner and just roll that out again. Lengthen it down, untuck the tailbone, and then tuck the tailbone, curl the spine, bring it up. One more big breath up, you guys. And exhale, bring it all the way down. Now, as you come down this time, just freeze part way down. Heel toe wider. Take the ball off onto one side slightly. Sorry, I'm just going to grab Kylie coming in here. Pachunk, runaway ball, come back here. All right, so I'm just going to push that off to the side. I'm going to use my pinky on it to retract my shoulder down, bend my knees, and I'm just going to stir the pot. So if I can hold just the pinky with thumb up, it's giving me less love. If I want support, I'm going to bring that ball in and I'm going to put my hand flat on it. And then stir the other way. Make sure your knees are bent here, you guys. Bring your knees, yeah, there we go. And then from here, I'm going to push the ball out a little bit, bend down, pretend I'm grabbing something, and then stand up tall and rotate open. So I'm going to go down and up. You got it. Let's go 4 more. Breathe out as you pull. And 3. Last 2. Get some mobility in rotation in the spine. Stay in the up. Push the ball out to the side a little bit. Rotate open. Stretch out that hand. Spread out your fingers. Pull your palm back. Lift your heart. Give a really good stretch here, guys. And then exhale, let that fold to come back. Move that ball to the side of your body. Now you're going to be in a lateral flexion already, unless you can stand up tall without your ball running too far away. Your feet are sits bones. I'm going to reach the arm over the head and just push that ball out to the side of it and then bring it in. So I'm going to press out. So the wider my feet are, the more base of support. I won't get as much stretch because I won't be able to push my hip out much. If I want more stretch, I'll keep my feet in closer, about shoulder width distance, and then push my hip in the opposite direction of the reach of that arm. If this bothers your neck, just look down to that ball. Now go ahead and stay here. Nice big strong reach. Nice big inhale. And then I'm going to fold down towards the ball, circle around, and just sneak that ball off to the other side. So I'm going to go wide, small lateral rotation, reach it, and either I can have the hand strong for stability or out, and I'm going to stir that pot. Let your arm go nice and loose. Inhale, exhale. So again, if you need more support on forward flexion, circle the other way. Bring the ball in tight, place it against your shin, put some weight into it. If you don't need it, reach it out a bit. Let's get into that squat. So down we go, grab, and then pull and rotate open. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Give me 1 more. Stay in the up, push the ball away, reach the arm away, stretch that out, spread out your fingers, pull your palm back. Lift that breastbone nice and strong. 1 big breath here. And then slowly bring it back to center. Bring that foot line closer. Start that little lateral flexion. If it feels good, you can bring that hand right up and reach and press. And again, you can start to sway the hips off to the side if it feels good. If it doesn't feel good, stay wider and just focus more on the upper torso movement versus the hips going as well. Let's hold it here. Everything's reaching out. And then fold it down, let it come all the way across the center, roll it to tall, and go ahead and bring that ball up. So you're just holding the ball in, your elbows are tucked in, your feet are sits bones. Keep it into your belly, don't reach it out. The minute we reach out, the spine wants to go forward. It's a lot of pressure into the back, so hold it nice and tight. Rotate without the pelvis going. Inhale back to center, stand nice and tall. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, center. 2 more. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, center. 1 more time. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, center. And just fold that down. So we're actually going to warm up the spine a little bit more in seated. So I want you to sit on the apex of the ball. So apex is the very top of it. Instead of sitting forward, we're not going into our roll downs yet. We're sitting nice and tall. We're just going to do a little clocking. So I'm trying to find that neutral spine, neutral pelvis. From the rib to the hip, I'm going to bring those a little closer and then sit nice and tall. So I'm not moving my knees to shift the ball. I'm moving just a little bit of my spine. We're not going to roll all the way back yet, so don't worry about being farther forward on the ball. You're not going to dip off the end. So I'm just going to exhale. I'm going to scoop and reach those arms. Watch your chin didn't jet forward, slightly soft. And then as I come tall, I'm going to press my arms behind me, extending my shoulders. I'm going to inhale and scoop. Exhale, go through neutral and find a little bit of anterior tilt. Yes. So I'm going into my cat-cow in seated. So I'm going to exhale as I sweep that forward. Inhale as I grow to tall. 1 more time. Exhale forward. Inhale tall. I'm just going to face you straight on. Now I'm going to do a little hip hike. So it's small, but I'm going to bring this rib closer to this hip by shortening these fibers. Bring it back to center and then shorten the other side. So it's QL. And it's a little bit of oblique. It's not a huge movement, just a little lift. Go 1 more time. Exhale, little lift. Inhale, open. Exhale, little lift. Inhale, open. And now I'm going to spin that. So I'm just going to use, I'm trying to avoid using my knees to make this happen. I'm trying to use my core and change the positions of the core. So I'm going lateral flexion, posterior tilt, lateral flexion, anterior tilt. And I'm just spinning that around. Just feeling kind of like a hula hoop is around my waistline. And then go ahead and spin the other direction. Just getting that mobility happening in our spine here, guys. One more time, and then sit nice and tall. So still on the apex, to have the legs more narrow to make it more difficult, wider to make it easier. Reach the arms and let's just do a little rotation. So imagine your arms reaching out to the side. Inhale, rotate. Keep your hips neutral. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate a little bit more. See if you can look to your backhand. Exhale, center. Go again. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate. Sit super tall. Inhale, rotate. Look to the backhand. Exhale, center. One more time. Inhale, rotate. And rotate. Rotate a smidge more. Back to center. Last time for me, you guys. Rotate. Rotate. Grow tall. Rotate. And center. So hands on the ball. I want you to sit forward on the apex. So if you've got a really small ball, your knees are going to be quite deep in their bend. Hopefully your knees are okay here. And I want you to just start this little shifting. Just this little shifting of the sensation of controlling through the pelvis and the ball movement. So we're going to keep the ball still. We're going to have the weights forward into the knees. So you'll feel pressure towards the front of the knees. And then our spine is going to find that ball. We're going to scoop. We're doing some roll-ups here. I want you to just come to the position where you feel you're still in a sit-up. Your chin is tucked. You're forward into flexion. And then peel it to tall. Arms can reach or behind your legs. Exhale, scoop. Only part way down. Inhale, grow. So if this is working for you, no issues in the neck, you can go ahead and go a little lower down. If you've got issues in the neck, you might need to grab here. If you're okay, make 11s as you go over. And then railway tracks or support your neck as you come up. Push your spine into the ball. And then you're going to straighten out those legs and lengthen down. There's that first really nice hamstring stretch. I'm going to wiggle from left to right. Knees are slightly bent if I'm tight today. And my head is relaxed, looking to my pubic bone. Scoop. And then roll your spine. So ball stays still once you're in the main part of the ball. Over you go. Let's go wide circle. So big, wide circles you come around, cervical nod. Exhale, reach it forward, stretch those legs, and fold forward. Get that little stretch. Draw up the ball of the foot if you can. I'm right on the heel, depends on your flexibility here. And then scoop to go back again. So initially the ball moves until you find the sacrum starting to connect in the lumbar spine. Then we want to stay still as we go over. Cervical nod, sweep the arms around. We're going to do one more time like this, and then we're going to add our saw to it. Lengthen forward. Now go ahead, scoop back, make your railway tracks going straight over, and you're going to come back up with railway tracks, so not a big arm sweep. Railway tracks coming over. Take your right arm, sweep it behind you. Take your left arm, reach it actively. Cut off that leg, sounds horrible, as you rotate. Take that hand, extend it up. See if you can peek up to that arm. Big inhale here, you guys. And then both arms come together to make your railway tracks again. Over you go. Big breath. Bring your feet in tighter if you're starting to shift. Start to come up, sweep the left, reach the right. Bring her down, rotate, peek up. There's your saw. One more time on each side. Again, if you're moving on your floor and you need to stay on that mat because you've got a slippery floor, just kind of shift the ball as you need to. Inhale, cervical nod, sweep right, reach left, actively reach. So we've got both arms reaching here, and then down we come. Nice big stretch, and then all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Last one here, you guys. Over you go. Make 11s, deflate the lungs right here. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Sweep left, saw right. And then stack to tall. Should feel that spine has a bit more movement. Move back into the ball. So I'm on my apex again, but I'm going to lean forward. I'm going to reach my arms actively. What will happen here is there'll be a tendency to tuck the tailbone. I need you to try and send your booty out. So now what I want you to do is just come up a little bit and inch from that ball away. So your booty is flirting with the end of it. And I'm just going to kind of go up and down. Right now I'm resting when I go down. I'm going to change that. I'm going to make it more of a little bob. Make it a bit of a bob. And then freeze. Lift and freeze. So I'm literally bouncing off the ball now. So we don't want to sit cautiously and stand up. Jump and bounce. Having said that, make sure you're reaching actively with both hands, because if your ball slips away, you will go right down on your ass. Probably won't feel great. So we're just going to squeeze. Now I want you to bring your feet in towards sits bones. So they're in tighter. As they're tighter, I'm going to start to alternate a heel lift. With the heel lift, I'm really focusing on not hiking my hip. That's working for me. I can start driving one leg up slightly. This is where if you have a tiny ball, it's kind of awkward. 4 more. 3, 2, 1, and let that release down. Should feel some heat in the legs. Pop that up, and let's bring that around to the front. Nice and wide with your stance. Bring the ball in so that the ball's kind of in line again. Now, a big ball is really awkward here. Sorry, Lisa. And then what we're going to do is bend down, and you're going to put your sacrum or your pubic bone down towards the ball. Right now, your legs are wide like riding a horse. You're going to roll forward so your hips go straight down the sides of the ball. Then take your feet, if they're out here, tuck them behind. So you're up on the ball of your foot behind you. Pull your pubic bone forward, and now we're going to squeeze and open on those inner thighs. So I'm just going to kind of switch to the side view here so you can see where the feet are. So they've tucked behind a little bit, right? They've tucked behind, and I'm up on the ball of the foot, and I'm squeezing the glute, the inner thigh, the abdominals are strong, and generally I still am in a neutral position on that pelvis. Inhale, exhale as you go. Squeeze and squeeze. Let's go. 4. If you don't need to hold on, don't. 3, 2, and 1, and pulse it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold an isometric. Squeeze that ball like you're trying to bust out the contents of the ball. Pull your abs in. Keep yourself nice and neutral. And I do have weight into my feet. 4, 3, 2. Release that out. Put your hands into the ball. And press your hips off. Push that forward, down you go. Inhale, exhale to stretch it out. It can be on the elbows, it can be on the hands, whatever feels good here. Deep inhale, deep exhale, and then slowly peel to tall. So if you're using hand weights today, we are going to do a little bit of work in standing. Grab one hand weight. Now I'm going to put the hand weight in the same hand as the foot that's forward. So foot forward has the hand weight. Ball is in between the legs, equal to the back leg. From here, I'm keeping it close in initially and just going into a forward position. So I'm going to move my ball slightly just so you can see. I'm going into a forward lunge. Try not to lean with your chest. Keep it tall. Now, if I'm a little tight, switch hands. Yeah, there you go, Denise. Fingertips on your ball. Now, if this is working, I'm going to start to move the ball back and forth. As I move the ball, I'm not rounding the spine to find it. And then the opposite arm, if you have the weight, is just reaching into a forward extension of the arm or forward flexion of the shoulder. Let's go for 4 and 3. The arm is just sweeping. 2. Now stay in the down. Keep that arm reaching. Bring this foot in and teeter-totter down. Lower, lift. Hips square to the floor. Squeeze the glute. Drop that shoulder into your back pocket. If this is difficult, you can bend that knee a bit, right? Otherwise, ideally, leg is reaching long and straight. Let's go. 4, 3, 2. Pulse it up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now you're going to teeter-totter, reaching this leg down. Engage the toes, and up you come. Down and lift. pull down from the sky. So now it's a back leg bent lunge instead of a back leg straight lunge. Go 4 more. 3, pull down as you lower. 2. Now stay in the down. Stay as deep as you can. Little tuck of the tailbone. Keep that ball anchored in. Reach that weighted arm. Rotate to the front leg. So you're rotating away from the ball. Get as deep as you can into the back leg. Let's go 2 more. And last one. Hold it here, weight on your thigh, and bring that knee down. Uncurl the toe. Take your weight, put it on the opposite side, and that just shows you what leg gets to go forward next time. Push forward and backwards into your hip. Get a little bit of mobility happening here. Inhale, exhale. Working for you, keep that hip forward, pull the ball in. Now, if you don't need the ball for stabilization, I'm going to pull it in tight, support my hip and rest on it, and then actively reach both arms. So I am leaning into the ball to get that active reach. If that feels good, hand on the ball, grab the back leg, and stretch it out. Inhale, exhale for me. Nice big breaths, you guys. Release that off. Laterally rotate out that front leg. And if I'm a little tight, I'm going to come to my elbow. If I don't need the ball and I can go down, I'm just going to get rid of the ball. I'm going to use the ball. It's going to give me support. I've got lateral rotation and I'm just pushing out on that front hip. If you don't need the ball, move it away and go deeper. Yes. Nice. Now I could sway my body to left and right. Great place to add a rotation, a gecko. I'm going to rotate my torso open. Couple good inhales, exhales. Again, I could be right down to my elbow if I've got that range. Awesome, you guys. Bring it back to center. Pull your hips back. Do grab your ball. Straighten out that leg again. And I want you to just lean forward into it. Now, if you've got the flexibility, the ball's going to go into the front of the ball of the foot. And you're going to bow down into that hamstring, stretching that out. If that's tight, the ball's in close to your sacrum and you're stretching out with the ball closer. I'm off balance today. Inhale, exhale for me. Get a little deeper into that hammy, stretch it out. And then bring the ball in. We're going to use it for a bit of plank. Bring that leg all the way around to the side. Hug the ball into your quad. Place your elbows down. And then I want you to tuck your bum under and then reach it out. Tuck it under. So just a little bit of posterior work here. I want your elbows underneath your shoulders. Tendency as we do this is we'll lean over with our body. Keep your pyramid or your railway tracks. And then on this one, I want you to leave yourself in neutral. So instead of tucked, leave yourself neutral. Push down into your elbows without leaning over your elbows. Curl your toes, engage your abs, and lift an inch or 2. Hold on to that. Watch again, you're not leaning forward here. Try and push your shoulder in line with your elbow socket and then lean back into those quads a bit. Abs drawn in, shoulders drawn down. We're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift the hips. Give that a little rock back and forth. Inhale, exhale. And then slowly roll that up. So your weight is on the side where you're stepping forward with the leg. The other leg is going to lunge back. Or get that ball in place and then go ahead and grab your weight. So place it on your quad initially just to get this forward lunging position. So the back leg is straight. My knee could be over my toe. It doesn't matter. And then that arm both on the ball and with the weight are going to reach and pull in. Again, it's a back leg straight lunge. So I'm just leaning into the front leg and pushing away with my glute and ham. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Go 2 more. Reach and pull. 1 more time and reach and pull. Now stay in the slight forward. Inch that leg in. Pull the ball in or leave it farther out. Farther out is harder. Teeter-totter up. Lower left. Lower left. If you don't need the ball for stabilization, you don't need to use it. My hip is turned to the floor. The farther I teeter-totter forward, the more my body's against gravity, the harder it's going to work the back muscles, the posterior leg chain, the glutes and the hamstrings. Go 3 more. 2. Pulse it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tilt that foot down, curl the toe into place. I tapped you in the sternum bone, up you come. So now we're doing a bent back leg lunge. Don't have your knees so tight in that we're kind of all congested here. That leg wants to be far enough out that you can go straight down and kind of make a rectangle with your front leg and back quad as you're going up and down. Go 4, chest up high, 3, last 2. Now stay in the down, settle it nice and strong, reach that arm, bow and arrow. Rotate towards the front leg side. Let's go 4 more. Hold as deep as you can. 3. Exhale 2. And last 1. And then gently cycle that down. Let that weight just go off to the front. And I just want you to push in and out of that hip. So your hands are fairly close together and we're just leaning in and out. Just get that little bit of mobility happening in the hip flexor here. And then when it feels good, pull the ball in or reach it away, depends on your flexibility, and then press into that. Push your hands into the ball, cycle it up. Feels good. You can grab that back leg. Now, if you grab the back leg and the ball's in tight, you won't get a lot of hip flexor stretch. If you want more, push the ball out, pull the hip farther forward, lift the heart more, rotate the shoulders open to the front of the room. Both arms can reach up if that's a nicer option for you. Gently let go of the foot if you chose that. Pike your hips back, drop the ball of foot. Again, wanting some love for the hamstrings, tuck the ball in and go on your elbows. Feeling good, bring that ball in front of your foot, flex your foot up, and allow that to give you a little bit more hamstring stretch. Inhale, exhale as you deepen down into that. That foot flexed up will involve calf as well on this stretch. Please go ahead and choose that. Inhale, exhale. We're not going to come into our plank on this one. This one we're going to let our ball go, and we're going to come up into a down dog. So go ahead, let the ball go, swing that leg around, curl the toes. Oh, sorry. You're right, Kylie. I lied. Bring that ball back in. Rotate that leg open. Go into your gecko, guys. Sorry, we forgot our gecko. Kylie and Lisa are going, Fee, you need to do this. I'm denying this one because this one feels crappy on my back hip. So again, if you're tight or anything going on in the hips, bring the ball in tight and just use it. If you're feeling good, go right down to your elbows, you guys. Now, once that feels good, you're going to gecko that open. Choose where your body needs to go here. Inhale, exhale. Bring that hand back around, bring the hips back around. I'm safe now, right? Bring that leg all the way to the back. Let the ball go. Let's find our little down dog. Curl your toes, up you come. Paddle those feet. Shoulders away from the ears. Stretch out those toes. We've now used them a few times through that foot. Get your shoulders away from your ears. Draw your abs in and up. And then push the heels to the floor. Not going to happen. Heels lifted, knees bent. Drop down into your chest. Find that hamstring stretch. Find that shoulder stretch. A little bit of calf. Couple good breaths in and out. And then walk your hands to your feet. In 4, 3, all the way in on 2 and 1. Dangle there for a moment. Widen out your legs. Bend the knees. Soften. Come all the way to tall. Roll those shoulders, you guys. Big breath at the top. Hands down, center heart. And we're going to go right down into a little bit of bridge work. We're going to do some traditional hamstrings. If you know you're wanting the weights, just go ahead and place them to either side of your mat, about halfway down your mat. Once you get down there, that'll probably be a good distance. And then find yourself at the end of your mat. Come into that deep squat. Now, if you don't like the rolling like a ball kind of idea as you go down here, just sit down and just relax your spine down. Otherwise, I'm going to roll for a moment and then sit back up into tall. From there, I'm just going to extend the legs and put the ball on top of my legs. My legs are sort of making railway tracks. They're a little bit open here. And I'm going to do some roll-ups. Take a nice strong inhale. Scoop the abdominals. So we did the roll-ups on the ball. Now we're going to do them on the floor. I'm going to roll it back. If you have any issues in the lower back, you can put that little pad underneath the back, right? Lower it down right underneath the belly button. Let that go over your head. It just flirts. Inhale, cervical nod, big breath out. Now, if you need to bend the knees, go ahead. Otherwise, round it up. And then press that ball over your toes if you can. And push down on the toes. And this will give you a nice tibialis anterior stretch. And then start to roll back. Grab that ball. Engage. Flatten the back. And now I've got neutral pelvis. As I come up, I'm going to squish the air out of my back, pushing it down to the floor, allowing me to then roll up. If that roll up's not happening, you can bend the knees to come up and grab behind the leg. So maybe don't use the ball is heavy. One more time, inhale, cervical nod, flatten that out. Exhale, reach it forward. Inhale, stack to tall, open the legs. Pull that in, and then just kind of inchworm your body in close. So I'm quite in close to my ball, so it allows me to roll back. Make sure there's nothing in your way to roll back. I'm going to squeeze the ball. I'm going to roll. It's going to come with, and then I'm going to release that down. Put the ball right between your legs. Put your heels on the top of the ball. So the ball's pulled into my tush. Right now my heels are on the apex. I have them about about sit bones difference away from each other. And then I'm going to pull my heels closer to me. What I want to do here is the ball might be a little bit out of my bum, especially if I've got any knee or hip issues. That's fine. If you can keep it pulled in with the quad bending deep or knee bending deep, do so. Push down on your heels, compressing the ball. Feel your glutes and hamstrings turn on. And then let that compression release. Exhale, push. Inhale, up. Now, if you're okay, you're going to grab those hand weights. I'm holding them beside my body. As I press, I'm just going to bring my upper arm off, not my whole arm yet. So now, as I push into my heels, I'm going to press my hips up to sky. And then as I bring my heels or my booty down, I'm going to reach my arms in opposition. So as I come up, my elbows go down, my hips go up, my hips come down, my elbows come up. Go slow enough so that maybe both are off the floor at the same time. But when you press to the very top position, I want your elbows down so you can really squeeze those glutes and lift those hips. And then bring it down. If you can let those elbows go before your hips hit the floor, fabulous. Press it. See if you can lift in transition. And fold down. Let's do two more. If you're a little unstable, go ahead and widen your legs on that ball. Or get your elbows down faster. And down. Let's go two more. Push into that ball. Press it up. Bring it down. Should feel the glutes and hamstrings waking up. One more time. Press it and lift. Now hold here. Hold here in the high position. Stretch your legs out. When you find straight, don't let your booty drop. So I'm not piked. I'm lifted. I'm reaching. And then pull higher. My feet could relax on the ball. Lengthen it out. Don't drop the booty down. Exhale, pull higher. So the pull higher is quick. Inhale, slowly go out. Exhale, pull. Two more. Slowly go out. Hello, hamstrings. And pull. One more time. Slowly, 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 slowly. Control the eccentric lengthening of that muscle. And pull. And then peel that nasty spine down. Beautiful. Relax your weight out. Drop, take one foot, wrap it over the ball. Take the other leg into the air. Give a little point flex here. Now, if you want your stretch strap, perfect place for it, especially if you have a hard time grabbing that leg. Inhale, exhale. Just a little release. Take the other foot over, stretch it up. Little point flex again on this side. And we're just going to do, now that the hips are quite warm, a little bit of hip mobilization. So the ball is in tight. I'm going to go into a frog. I'm going to go into a frog. And that frog is going to be wide. So I've got a wide stance. As I push my frog out, I'm going to turn my toes in, knees in, and then pull the ball back in. So my legs are frog, and I'm going lateral rotation out, internal rotation in. Press and pull. Just a hip opener here. Froggies to internals, and then reverse it. So go out internally rotated, spin the feet out and pull it in. Press it out, pull it in. Notice if you've got a difference between left and right. So my internal rotation is very different from hip to hip. My external is similar. Just be mindful of little things like that. And then go ahead and bring that ball in nice and tight and pick it up with your feet. It's in your hands. Does it have to be there? No. So I'm going to find myself in a neutral position. My hands are on my quads, my feet are on the ground. Without tucking my tailbone under in supported spine, I'm going to push pressure into my hands, compressing the ball against my thighs. And I'm just going to hold there for 4, 3, cycle your breath. I really want you to focus on your pressure being more in your pinky ring finger so that you feel your elbows coming down to the side and your shoulder blades sliding into your back pockets, and then release out. So it's not your thumb and your index finger. It's the outside of your hand pushing actively down, feeling those scaps slide into your back pockets. And then release it out. Now, if this is comfortable for you and challenging, go ahead and stay there. Otherwise, give me a slightly supported spine. Engage those abs quite strong. Bring the knees up. So you've got to have that ball towards the tip of the knee, but not on top of it, because you still want to squeeze. So this time I'm going to push with my palms, yet pull with my legs. So I'm trying to compress the ball between my hands. Now I could hold neutral if my spine feels comfortable, or support it if I need more love. Let's hold and compress for 5. Pull your abs in. 4. Should feel the hip flexors and quads. 3, 2. Release it out. We're going to do it one more time. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale and compress. And hold and push. Push yet pull, right? 5, 4. Drop your shoulders into your back pockets. 3, 2, 1, and release. Hold that ball in your hands right above your head. I just like to fingertip it. I'm going to start with my toe taps. So again, toe taps generally is done in a supported spine. If you're feeling quite strong and you want to switch it to neutral, go ahead. As soon as I start my toe taps, I could lower lift the ball above my head. I'm going to really watch I'm not popping the rib cage. Still feeling good. I'm going to go into that extension of the legs. So I'm going to reach and bring it in. Still feeling good. I could go straight legs and lower lift a straight leg. Inhale, exhale. Key focus is the spine is not moving, right? We're loading and unloading. Go one more. Hold it in the up. Start with a bent knee, and we're going to go down in 4 counts. 4, double, double. 3, if you want. 2, the ball flirts, maybe the toes touch, and then it comes up. 2, 3, feels good, do a straight leg. Push it out. 2, connect that core. 3, 4, and in. 2, still feeling good. Keep your lever length long, which is straight legs. Down. 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3. 2 more for me. Down. 2, 3. Nice and strong. And up. 2, 3. Last one. Press it down. Zipper tighter as it goes lower. And up. 2. Stay in the up. Bend the knees, but widen the legs out to the side. Move that ball between the legs as you use that to roll yourself up. Let your ball go. And let's just go ahead and flip over into a little down dog. And then we're going to go to the wall for some movement patterns. Bring yourself up. Pedal through the feet. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands, whatever feels more natural for you. Wiggle into that hamstring stretch and then slowly fold that to tall. Big inhale at the top. Exhale, hands down, center heart. We're just going to reset the spine here in standing, and then we're going to go on to the ball for some extension work. So I'm going to put my thumbs kind of in what would be those 2 little dimples that a lot of us have, that posterior PSIS. And keeping the chin gently tucked, I'm just gonna relax the abs, relax the glutes, and just push that pelvis a little bit forward. Don't be aggressive with it, just feel that little opener. Maybe a few little wiggles here, very subtle. Nice and subtle. And then gently draw that back in. So just resetting from that hold position or that supported position, we just want to reset. If your floor is slippery, like this floor, if I put the ball on it and I weight bear into it, I would be leery my ball would go shooting out. So I'm going to pull my mat to the wall slightly. And then I'm going to come close to the wall. I'm going to start with extension here. So I'm going to move a little closer this way. I'm not sure you can see my feet super well. So from here, I've got the ball close in. I've got it about, if I hit 1 foot to the ball and 1 foot out front from that, it's not right on my shin. It's kind of in line with the edge of my big toe, sort of where I'm starting. I have a lateral rotation. I'm going to bend down, pull the ball in a little bit, and drop my pubic bone into the ball. From there, I'm going to roll. Big, wide position on the legs. We need a little less. So I'm going to wiggle my legs so that they're a bit more parallel, open as comfortable, but more sit bone, maybe a little bit wider than that. And then I'm just going to keep the hands on the ground to start with. So the farther the ball is forward towards the middle of the room, the easier it will be. The farther the ball is down towards my pelvis, the harder it's going to be. Just want you to fold forward and then just come up to your fingertips and just find what we'd consider torpedo or straight. Pull your belly button into your spine and then just let it flop down. And then exhale to my fingertips, finding connection. Just make sure the ball feels like it's in a good spot. Now I'm going to take that down and I'm going to bring my hands to the ball. Now if that suddenly feels like I don't have the ball in a good spot, reset, fold forward, and on this one, support with your hands and give me some extension through your thoracic spine. Ideally, my legs are straight, anchored on the wall, and I'm lengthening. And then I'm going to come down. I'm going to do this just one more time in supported position. So my hands are assisting. They're supporting me. My legs are actively reaching. If it feels good, reach the hands behind the legs. If you've got really tight hips, bend the knees a little bit. If you don't need to bend the knees, don't. I'm bending to stay out of my hip flexor and then bring it forward. So if I don't bend the knees, I get more extension through the whole spine as well as into my hips. If that's in your body, legs straight. Let's do it one more time. Exhale and lift. Now, this time we're going to dive into the water and swim the arms all the way around. We're not going into our full yet. We're just doing our breaststroke. Inhale, dive into the water. Exhale, pinkies to thighs, thumbs to shoulders as you're still lifting, and then dive into the water. Again, I am bending the knees a bit. That is a modification in my hips right now. If you do not need to bend those knees, squeeze those glutes, straighten those legs, get into a little hip extension as well. One more time. Reach it forward. Come around the corner and lift. And then release that forward. My hands are to the ground and I'm just going to kind of dive forward and backwards, letting my spine be one with the rounding of the ball. So now I'm in my flexion. Let your head relax at the very top of your spine. And we're just going to go into neutral for rotation prone 1, 2, and we'll give 3 a go today as well. I'm moving the ball a little bit farther out to give me more support because this is just a hold position, which means those spinal muscles are going to get very tired in this hold. So if you need more love, the ball is farther forward. From here, my hands could be on the ball or into my forward. I'm not lifted to extension. I'm just reaching straight out. I'm in neutral. From here, I'm just going to rotate and bring it back. So again, don't lift. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, back. One more time. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, back. Last time, inhale, rotate. Exhale, back. Fold briefly. And as you fold, take a peekaboo up. I'm going to show you where this is going to go. I'm going to rotate, hold here, just salute. There's no lift. Bring that back, derotate, right? So go ahead and come out and join me. You're in just Superman or straight torpedo, belly button pulled into spine, hands into forward. Having said that, if hands into forward is difficult, hands here is fine. I'm going to rotate, salute, bring the hand back, derotate. If you're okay, hands into forehead. Rotate, salute, bring it back, derotate. One more time each way. Rotate, salute, bring it back, derotate. Last time, rotate, salute, bring it back, and derotate. Fold it forward. Beautiful. So we're going to take that into our swan dive, our last one. This one's going to start with feet on the wall, lateral rotation, but I'm going to bend in. So I'm bending in. I'm like a big frog, I'm bent in. My hands are here. So options right away, it can be hands here, hands behind, or hands reaching. Reaching is obviously going to be your hardest. This is most supported, this is the hardest. So from here, I'll start the easiest and transition. So I'm going to push out into torpedo. So I'm just neutral spine, neutral pelvis. Then I'm going to bend my knees quite a bit. So I push my pubic bone into the ball, and I'm basically straight up and down, but the glutes are getting right in there. And then from here, I'm going to lift thoracic and cervical a little higher, bring it back into straight up and down. So I'm just looking straight to the far wall. Reach it actively, and then bend and fold. So your next one is arms reaching to your back as you go into your torpedo. And then your arms reach down the side of your thighs. Is basically I'm just kind of straight up and down. And then I'm going to open the chest, bring it back to center, reach it into torpedo, come up on the ball of foot on the wall if you want to, guys, and then fold forward. This one is my full one. I'm going to reach out into torpedo, arms are heavy. Press my pubic bone into the wall, reach my arms to the sky. Lift into extension, bring myself back out, reach it long, fold it down. You have one more of whatever worked for you. So out into torpedo, find those extensions, yes. Now press that pubic bone to the sky, lift the heart. Nice, you guys. Open the chest a little deeper, bring it back to neutral, and then lengthen through your torpedo. Go ahead and push into your hands. As I push into my hands, I'm going to open my legs wider on the side of the ball. So it's actually kind of an inner thigh stretch. My legs are quite wide. And then I'm just going to go back and forth, getting a bit more of a froggy pattern. Now, if you have a really big ball and tight hips, you may not be able to get those legs right to the side. No big deal. Inhale, exhale. Be one with your ball. Allow your spine to be in flexion here. And then I'm going to push back into my feet. Hands on the ball, nice and strong. And then press myself up into tall. So we're going to go into our lateral flexion here. So the foot on the floor, both feet are on the floor. Good cue, Fiona. The foot closest to the ball is going to go forward. The foot closest to the wall is going to go back. There's a tendency to step back super far. Make it little. Think more of how we do our lunges, right? With that knee straight underneath the pelvis. Think more there. And from here, down you go. Drop your hip. Front foot forward. Back foot anchored, but back knee bent. So from my shoulder to my hip to my knee is a straight line. If I push that back leg straight back, I'm going to get this really big pull in my hip flexor, and you'll probably rotate and get your QL a bit miffy. So from here, I'm going to lie long. This is where, again, you've got to find where that pelvis feels comfortable. So my armpit is just at the end, my hip is over, and I'm nice and long. I'm going to wrap my bottom arm, place my top, start my lateral flexion. Inhale, exhale. This is feeling good for me. I'm going to remove the hand that's on the ball. Still good, this hand goes to my headline. Still good, this arm reaches. Still good, this arm reaches. I want to make sure that I'm not just coming to neutral, but that I'm going over without releasing my core connection and exhaling, coming up. So I roll my spine all the way down slowly, and I come up slowly. This is not a jumping position. It is slow and controlled. Let's go 3 more. Exhale. Decrease the distance between ribs and hips on the lateral side of the ribs. 2 more. And last one. Now go ahead and stay straight in neutral and pulse. 5, 4, 3, try not to bounce off the ball, 2, and 1, and release. My hands are going on the ball, and I'm going to dip my hips deeper to the wall. I'm going to stride out my legs. So my legs are really wide open now, and I'm really close to the floor. I'm going to support my hand onto my head and sweep this arm quite far forward. Roll it up towards my head, and then allow the ball to roll so my spine and my back can lie on the ball as I look behind my body. So I'm going to roll forward towards my chest and sweep. And then I'm going to exhale as I open. So if you've been on a spine corrector before or an arc, and you have done those side circles, this is where we're at. Just a beautiful opener. Switch directions. Open. And then reach. Get that spine moving, you guys. As you lean back, you're going to get a back hip flexor stretch. Enjoy it. As you lean forward, you might get some little QL happening there. And then bring it back to center. Bring your feet in closer on the wall. Hand on the ball. And then bring one foot in, front leg, and then push to bring yourself off. And this time I'm just going to face forward so you kind of can see that long torpedo that we're getting into. So leg closest to the ball forward, leg closest to the wall back. Do not step huge with that back leg. It stays in pretty tight. And then drop down, pull the ball, so you just sort of slip your greater trochanter into the ball. Front foot onto the wall, back foot onto the wall. Front leg is more than welcome to go straight. Back leg I find much more comfortable on the lower back to have it slightly bent. From here, bounce around to find yourself where that armpit gently drags over, and let yourself enjoy this stretch to start with. Once you've got it, bottom hand wraps over, top hand goes on the right by your chest line basically. Exhale and inhale. Be really mindful, the distance between your ribs and hips, the distance between your ears and your shoulders isn't changing. So there'll be a tendency to do your sit-up with your head. Try and keep your head as neutral as you can. Feels good, top hand reaching down the leg. Still feels good, bottom hand supporting the neck. Still good, reach the arms. Still good, reach both arms. Make sure you're coming all the way over. Get the lengthening without letting go of your core. And then exhale, come up. So there's a tendency to go over into this lengthened position and just sort of go, and relax out. Don't. We're not relaxing out there. We're just going as far as we can in our range of motion to then come up, working on stability within the range that we have in those joints. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Big strong exhale as you contract the side rib cage. Now stay in the straight out position and pulse. 5, 4, zipper up. 3, 2, 1. Pop your elbow on. Top hand goes on the apex, and you just push your spine a little lower down, closer to the wall. Yeah, stride out those legs quite far now, quite wide open legs, and then I'm resting. So my armpit's fully rested, my head is rested on my hands. I'm going to reach forward, and then the ball's going to roll underneath me as my back opens to the ball. I'm getting this massive stretch opening here. And I can let go of those abs a little bit here, but stay slightly connected, otherwise you'll probably fall off your ball. Inhale, exhale as you go. So I'm going to reach actively forward and open. One more time. A little bit of sideline circles here. And then when you're ready, switch your directions. Reach it forward and open it back. Go 2 more. Let your spine rotate, you guys. Let that spine move. One more time. And also the shoulder if you're able to, right? If this is difficult on the arm, bend the elbow. Make a very short lever. Bring it to the front, hand on top, elbow on the ball. Bring your front foot in. Give a little push to bring you off the ball. Beautiful. Let's get a little hip stretch there, you guys. So I'm using that wall just to anchor against. Now, if I don't need it, I don't have to. If this stretch is not deep enough, go to the floor for double pigeon. Just ignore the ball. If it feels deep enough, I'm just going to cross that one leg over and stretch into the hip. So this just depends on how tight your hips are, where you're able to go. If you don't get enough stretch in the seated position, please transition to the floor so that you can get a little more body weight into it. Couple little inhales, exhales. Try and relax off the tension in the neckline. Right, that last exercise really does get the sides of the neck going, so we will do a little stretch here right away. Release that leg out, and let's bring the other leg up. Cross it, open that, stretch into the hip. So keep your lateral malleolus, the outside ankle bone, over the femur bone if you can. Right? It likes to slide away so that the ankle sickles, and then when the ankle sickles, you actually lose part of the stretch. If you can put some pressure onto your elbow or onto your knee with your elbow and lean forward a little bit, it'll kick it into that stretch a bit more. Not doable option, don't do it. Couple little inhales, exhales there for me. Slowly unpretzel that leg. Sit on the apex. Legs are nice and wide initially. Take your one arm, doesn't matter to me which one, reach it actively down the ball, like what feels too far. Then take your ear to the shoulder on the other side, and then take your non-active arm, and don't pull, just use your arm as a weight, and that will naturally cause a gentle pull on the neckline. Couple little inhales, exhales. My legs are wide. I don't want to worry about stability here. I want to be strong. I don't want to be wiggling around while I'm stretching out my neck. And then gently come out. So don't change this active reach. Take your nose, sniff your armpit and drop your chin in. Take your hand more into the occipital bone area, the back of the head, and then pull that forward a little bit. Actively reach that arm. The opposite arm is actively reaching. Try not to roll forward. Sit tall. Just pull the headline gently forward. And again, gentle. Couple inhales, exhales. Slowly come out. Let your head have a little no, a little yes, and then other side. Actively reaching ear to shoulder. This arm gently reaches. Again, the hand is more so just about natural gravity weight than it is yank. Don't yank on that neck as you do it. Also sit tall so there's no compression happening here. Couple inhales, exhales. You're making some nice distance between your rib and your hip, between your chin neckline and your shoulder. If you're not really hitting it, take your free hand, pull down on your shoulder a little bit. Make some space there. Open that up. Oof. And then gently come out. Look to your armpit. Tuck your nose into your armpit. Again, this arm can actively reach, and this one just comes forward slightly. Inhale, exhale. Breathe as you go. Cycle your breath, and then very carefully come out. Again, give that little no. Give the little yes. Hands onto the quads. Just a little bouncing sensation, and boop, up you come. Give those legs a little wiggle, and let's take a nice strong breath up, you guys. Inhale, lift the heart, open it up. Exhale, hands down, center heart. We're going to take the hands forward, spread out the fingers, pull our palms back. It's going to open, then we're going to lift the thoracic spine to lengthen out. And then as we come around, we're going to wrap, pull our shoulders forward, and give that rounding sensation, but just don't drop very far down, just a little guy. And then open, spread out your fingers, pull your palms back, lift your heart. Opposite arm on top, pull those shoulders forward, around a little bit. Let those arms drop down to the floor, and then slowly stack the spine to tall, roll that out. And let's take a final breath up, you guys. Nice strong inhale as we lift. Exhale, hands down, center heart.